Hey guys, Sean from Blaze Gaming. Don't normally do this sort of thing, but it's a fucking Infinity War trailer, so I'm buzzing, safe to say. With the teaser came out the other day there, that's kind of gave me the idea for doing this sort of thing. So, gonna watch my reaction to the Infinity War trailer. Seen it came out while I was at work, and I was fucking buzzing to watch it, so I've ran upstairs, and this is me literally came in the door and getting ready to watch it. So, let's do it. Oh, my body's ready. Oh, God.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people. To see if we could become something more.
I thought it was Quicksilver.
So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
that they never could.
So you can be Banner again, that's cool. Fucking can't wait, man.
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right.
Spider sense.
All the same.
Oh fuck.
Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives.
There he is. Oh man, it's full on Iron Spider.
Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield.
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe.
What is this?
But this does put a smile on my face.
Oh, it looks so good! Oh man, that's amazing. Oh shit.
Who the hell are you guys?
Oh yes, man!
Oh, man.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, that looks absolutely amazing.
Thor and the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh
It's
man,
so,
I'm
like,
so buzzing. Like, Iron Spider from like, they've even taken influence from the new Dan Slott run with the way his suit looks and the eyes and but I hope he gets the fucking tentacles. That would be even better. And I don't know what. There's so much. Hulk's with Black Panther and everybody. Like, why is he not with Thor? Like, oh man, it just looks so good. And that's only 2 gems, man. With it. Oh, it's gonna be. Oh man, that's the first trailer, but I cannot wait for more. Let's. Brain's just melted, so that's absolutely Brian. Catch you later, guys. Peace! Hey guys, before you go, I've got one last wee bit to say, so actually took some time, like, stopped freaking out for like the whole of 5 minutes, and rewatched the trailer a whole bunch of other times, and just took a couple of notes, just some of the things I felt like I noticed that I've picked up on the world and stuff like that, and just some general thoughts of what I think is going to happen in the film. Absolutely adored how it started. Thought it was fantastic. I loved the idea that they got pretty much like the original guys that started it. So you had like Iron Man, even had Paul Bettany as Vision, but obviously he was Jarvis, so that was a really nice touch. And then what Scarlett Johansson's Widow being like the first new character to come in Iron Man 2, I thought was a really nice touch. And obviously the monologue itself was fantastic, building up to then Thanos' monologue, which is again fantastic. Going into some of the actual points, like, it was amazing. You've seen some of the Black Order. You've seen like Proxima Midnight definitely is the one that's thrown her staff at Cap, who obviously dodges it because of how badass he is. I think that's Cornus Glaive, who's taken out Vision because of the particular type of staff he's got. again, all these people will get revealed in the actual film. I think I've heard that Ebony Maw and Black Dwarf are also in it. From what I can tell, I think Ebony Maw is probably going to be the one that attacks Strange. Maybe why his apartment is completely fucked in the trailer. Also, you can tell that Banner is fallen through, kind of how Silver Surfer did in the original Infinity Gauntlet storyline. So I'm thinking he might be kind of filling in for that gap. Throughout this trailer, you obviously see in his glove that he has got the space gem and the power gem from Guardians. So I'm guessing that Loki gives him and stole it. Spoilers. At the end of Thor, which I had a feeling he was going to do because this Loki and he obviously wanted that that stone. The fact that they've got the power stone though means that I wonder if there's going to be a big scene at Xandar where you see like just all the Nova Corps get taken down, which again could be interesting if you actually see Nova in Infinity War. Because I know that James Gunn said that he's going to expand the cosmic side of the universe. So it'd be really cool if you see maybe like a Nova Prime, which could be like Richard Rider or Sam Alexander, I think it is. I think more likely they're probably going to go with Richard Rider though, just because Marvel have been, other than Ant-Man, they've pretty much went for all the standard original heroes for the first time round. So what I think they're going to do with the film is, if anyone's read our Thanos Quest, which absolutely amazing read, which you should definitely read before you read the Infinity Gauntlet, it's exactly how I think they're going to do this film. I've heard a few times since the Russell brothers saying stuff like it's going to be, because Marvel have this bad thing about their villains where they kind of just use them enough to show the heroes. So like you've got like Guardians where Ronan didn't really do anything and stuff like that, but I think this one's focusing mainly and solely on Thanos because of how insanely big and brilliant a villain is. I'm really hoping they do stuff like, because I like the idea of a Court's death, so I'm really hoping there's going to be Mistra's death that's going to be in it somewhere. If it's not Hela, which MCU probably will do that. I definitely think that's what he's going to do. I think the film's going to be centered around almost like Thanos is the main character, and then you're going to see all your favourite superheroes as he destroys them to get to the gem. So with the trailer suggesting he starts off with those two, the space and power, I'm thinking he's probably going to get the space stone first, due to the fact that post credits at the end of Thor. And then once he has that, he can warp whatever he wants. So probably then warps to Xandar, probably steals the power gem, and then starts chasing on Earth because there's, as they said, the Asgardians said, don't put too many in the same place. So definitely going to go for the time gem that Strange has got, which has obviously started that first battle between Iron Man and everybody, which looked amazing. Speaking of which, that scene where you see Thanos standing up against Iron Man was perfection. I thought it was absolutely amazing that you seen this almighty going to become a god after collecting all the stones, and he's got two of them in the glove already, and when he picks a fight with Iron Man, he punches him with his own hand, because in the comics, if it's anything to go by, Thanos is insanely powerful, that he doesn't need the gauntlet, but the reason he does it is because he's trying to win Death's approval and eventually aim to be a god because the power goes to his head. What I'm hoping for, and I think they're going to do, is I think a lot of the stones are going to lead on to the other one. So again, because Thanos is so clever, he's going to use the power of the stones to get the next one. So obviously the space gem being first, because he can then warp wherever he wants to go. Eventually what I'm believing is leading up to the final stone is the soul stone, since nobody knows what it is. I think he's going to get that, and then at that point he's then going to know exactly where the collector is, and then he's just going to warp to him, and then once he's got the reality gem, you're going to see what Thor 2 did not do with the reality gem, and you're just going to see him go insane and literally become a god. Like, I'm hoping at that point you just get, which I won't say anything more if you haven't really seen don't want to spoil it too much, but that would be the absolute fucking best way to finish the first film. I'm presuming the title of the next one's Infinity Gauntlet, because it's got to be, right? So yeah, that's where I think the gems are going to go, and and obviously the last battle with everybody. I was going to say Black Panther, but everybody in Wakanda, I think, can go one of two ways. Either in Black Panther they're going to reveal that they've had the Soul Stone and that's how they can then talk to their ancestors, or I'm kind of hoping for a bait and switch where the whole of the internet is presumed that Heimdall has got something to do with the Soul Stone. And after rewatching Thor Ragnarok again with my friend, I feel like he might actually have the Soul Stone. The way that Heimdall's powers seem to work is... It seems grander than what just an Asgardian would have, especially the way that they've built the Asgardians to be. It's that bit where you see Thor able to talk to him from completely across the other side of the galaxy, and then the fact that his eyes then go yellow as well. It just is very reminiscent of scenes with Adam Warlock, and I'm pretty certain in one of the it's either Infinity War or Infinity Gauntlet, when there's a whole thing where they go inside the Time Stone, or the Soul Stone, which I don't think they're going to do, but that would be pretty sweet if they did. But I think it'd be a cool double bait and switch if because it's one or the other basically, and it'd be quite interesting if, like, even at the end of Black Panther they do not reveal who's got it, and then because of the trailers everyone's like, well, it's obviously Black Panther, he's got it, and then it's like, oh no, they're actually protecting Heimdall and everyone's got to go against it because he's the protector of the Soul Stone, which I don't know. Make shut up. You can tell me what you think of my theories in the comments, but I've been thinking it for a while, so I thought I'd get it off my chest. Go through some of the cool points of the actual trailer. I'm going to probably splice this bit a wee bit with some images of the actual famous Brits. So that raises, yeah, fist bump, yeah, fist bump, buddy. Yeah, that's right. The scene with Scarlet Witch and Vision I thought was fantastic. I thought it was really clever, and it's potentially setting up something. The fact that he can make himself physically look like a human, I've got an idea of that as well, where I think because he has a mind gem, and this whole thing is, well, he's been this is what gave him his life and power because it's an Infinity Stone, is I think he's then starting to learn how to use it, and kind of like Cyborg in Justice League. I won't go into any more than that, but the way he was learning more powers as the film went on, I feel like Vision is probably doing something similar, where he's the longer he's got the stone, the more powerful he's becoming. Hence, where he can go through walls and he can do everything. He can laser beam his heads to fly, to making capes out of thin air and picking up the almighty hammer. But anyway, I think that that was a quite cool thing to show about the stone. But what is really interesting is they seem to be, obviously they've hinted it in the films up till now, where they've got some sort of romantic relationship, the two of them. But it was really interesting because obviously in the comics they fall in love, and there's a whole mess of stuff that comes from that, where, again, don't want to go into spoilers, because they could, especially with Disney potentially buying Fox right now, I really think that they could probably do I'll just say it, House of M. There's a really good sign that it looks like they're going to do something like that, and that would be absolutely amazing. Especially the fact she's in bed with it, like, and stuff. Like, but yeah, it looks like they could definitely do that storyline where messing up with Scarlet Witch's fabric of reality and stuff. So I think that's a definite hint towards it. Oh, right. Take a whole 5 minutes to just go over the Spider-Man section. I know that was pretty much the only thing I could literally get out of my system when I first watched the end of the trailer, but oh my god. I loved, to be fair, out and out, I loved the Spider-Man movie. By far the best. Tom Holland is perfect for this part, but like, the whole internet lost its shit just because it didn't emphasise clearly that he had the spider sense, which it, obviously did, but it was a really, really nice touch just to see the hairs on his hand, like his arm, sorry, just spring to life when danger came, which is exactly how I've always imagined the spider sense, because they make a very clear point, I think it's in the 616 version of the universe, not the ultimate version, where his spider sense, all it does is it alerts him of danger. It doesn't pinpoint, he doesn't know whereabouts in the room it is, he doesn't know exactly what it is that's happening. It's not the Tobey Maguire sense of the whole world just slows down and he can see a fly flying through the air. It literally is. He knows danger's near, but he's got fast enough reflexes that he can tend to always get himself out the way. But they've used it in so many great occasions where it's going so much that if anything it's a hindrance, because they're either so much danger that he can't concentrate even on what he's doing because he has to focus on trying to get his head back together. And I love the idea of it being such a subtle sign, like with the hair standing here, like perfect. I mean, the Russell brothers can do no wrong at this point in time, but that, and then the Iron Spider suit, which looked amazing. Obviously we've seen it at the end of Spider-Man Homecoming, which he turned down, but absolutely looks amazing. It's nice to see like the metallicness, like obviously from like the Iron Man films and stuff like that. But it's as I said in like my freak out, it's very highly influenced by a few different suits, I'm guessing, but definitely at the moment the at most I think the Dan Slott run. In fact, I've got a copy of it. 2 seconds. As I was saying, like you can even see with like the way the eyes are done and the metallicness of the suit, and I'm pretty certain you can even see the spider sense glowing on him in the film. But highly influenced by this, but fantastic. I mean, not the whole world isn't obsessed with this, but this run at the moment anyway, I think it's pretty good. It's something different, but I can totally see it. I like my Spidey being Spidey, and I'm struggling. Come on, bro, you gotta pay that way, man. I don't want you being Tony Stark and multi-billionaire and all that stuff. So, yeah, so that looked amazing. I definitely think they're holding back the reveal of, if anyone's read the comic version of Civil War, you'll get, and I'll use an image, but he should be getting like his spider legs that come out his back and allow him to help fight and climb walls and stuff like that. So it could be up for some really cool scenes in the film, so I'm really hoping they do something like that. And whatever the hell's attacking New York at that point, it looks like Thanos is not only attacking one place. He's definitely, I mean, he's got the Black Order, but they're clearly attacking from all fronts. And every ship seems to be unique because that's not the ship you've seen at the end of Thor. So maybe different armies have got different ships, but even that thing looked mental. Don't know if I took a note for it, but I've been thinking about it ever since. Like, what the fuck is that bit with Thor, like, and he's bracing between things? I've got an idea. Like, when I first seen it, I was just like, what in the hell is going on there? But then I thought about it, I was like, well, he doesn't have Mjolnir anymore. And he mentions it, and it's from where it came from, but they always say that Mjolnir was forged from the... What was it? Forged from the heart of a dying star. And it looks like he could be in the centre of a dying star as he's doing that. And it looks like some sort of mechanical contraption that he seems to be in the centre of. So if you literally see him build either his new Mjolnir or... I forget what the... Bjorn, I think it is. His axe. But if he could be getting a new weapon that's built by a dying star, which could be fucking so cool. And Peter Dinklage has been cast in this film, and there's been talks that he would be doing something with Thor, so I think, so you never know, he could be one of the guys that actually builds a weapon for him or something like that. So I can imagine him being like a fantastic dwarf that builds all the best of weapons. Loki giving somebody the Tesseract, which Thanos the Tesseract, but what I found really interesting about that scene was, who are all the dead people? Are they Asgardians? Are they the Nova Corps? Like, Loki seemed to be walking over somebody sets of people, and they're all humanoids, so it was hard to tell. What? Right. Speak for a moment of just the look of Thanos. I feel that they nailed it. Like, again, I'll talk about Justice League in another, and I don't want to be too harsh on them or anything, but like, Steppenwolf not only did not just jump from the comics of what he looked like, but he just was visually not interesting. But the fact that they literally have... The fact that they had balls to literally just go full-on comic version of him, where he's got the weird chin. I mean, he's from Titan, one of the moons of Saturn, and from the comics, he's disfigured. I mean, it's not like he's an alien race where he just looks like... I mean, he is an alien race, but he has a brother, and he looks normal, humanoid, and And so Thanos was already a kind of outcast from where he's been. I mean, he's changed visually slightly different, but it just, with Josh Brolin's voice attached to him, they seem like they've nailed the idea of what they're going to do with Thanos, and he's only in part of his armor, as you've seen him in other post credits and Guardian scenes where I'm sure once he gets all those stones, you're going to see the full transformation kick in, and it'll be spectacular, where I'm hoping they fight on the moon, and by that point again Owatu will be there, because he's got to take notes. All in that, there's going to be obviously some confrontation with Proxima Midnight and Cap. Cap's reflexes keeping him up. He's probably, to be fair, I think a lot of the Black Order are going to attack, and some of them are going to win, like obviously clearly Vision. But I think others are going to lose, because you're not going to take Cap out, not by throwing something, even without the shield. So I think the way it might go is the win some, lose others, because even though the Black Order are really powerful, the Avengers are really powerful, and not to say that when they lose that we're weaker, just these guys are fighting the best of each other. So, speaking of Vision, I'm going to do a quick 2 seconds on the fact that, so, the whole world has been wondering, he's got an Infinity Stone in his head. It literally forged him and created him to who he is. So does that mean when he gets it taken out, he's going to die? I thought yes, until I've seen tons of images, which I thought was going to be in the trailer and from Comic-Con, where you've seen an image of Vision in a cell, deliberately the bar holding it, being like in front of the shot of where, like, if you imagine like here, it was blocking his forehead, so you couldn't see the thing. But you see him taken out, and for any Scottish fans out there, that was Edinburgh. I know that's fucking Edinburgh. So if he gets the gem ripped out of his head in Edinburgh when he's clearly on the date with Scarlet Witch, does that mean that he's got to survive because he's in a cell? So they're not going to put him in a cell, bring him back to Edinburgh, take the gem out and then kill him. So he's probably going to have it ripped out, which is good because that means he's going to survive it. So I never thought he would need it because he never had it in the comics. They'll probably just fill it. What they'll do, I think, in the end is there'll be an arc reactor get put in there because it was supposed to be like a solar powered system, and it was allowed. It was what he uses to. It's like his Superman skin that is. It's what gives him his power. So I've seen in times where they'll get trapped on a planet with lifeless with sun, and then Vision starts to lose all his power, and if he fights, then he gets weaker and weaker because he has nowhere to recharge himself, which could be really interesting if that's what they're gonna do. My boy Spidey gets floored to the ground by Thanos, which is awfully worrying. There's been all these talks where like Spider-Man is directly the next film that follows Avengers 3, and it's gonna have consequences. And obviously, the people are gonna die. I think a lot more people are gonna die than people think, because like. The Infinity Gauntlet was brutal. I mean, it's the Infinity Gauntlet, so once you've killed them all, you can always bring them back. But still, like, to be out of existence for a period of time would still be traumatizing. So you never know. Maybe I've thought maybe Spider-Man might get killed with his battle against Thanos. And the reason that Spider-Man 2 is directly affected by it is because, well, he died. So, and he'll have had that, and then he's got to go back to life and homework and shit. So either that or the more obvious answer of Tony dying. This bit was cool. So, if you've seen Guardians, which of course you've seen Guardians, who hasn't? It's fucking brilliant. You've seen that even with what you find out in the second one of the celestial power that was within Peter, he was only just able to hold the stone without dying, and then eventually had to grab a hold of each and individually all of the other Guardians just to absorb the power of the Infinity Stone. Showing you how absolutely powerful these individual stones are just to touch. And then you just see Thanos, like, drop it into his glove, and that's it. Like it's nobody's business. And I thought that was, again, Thanos is the big bad, right? So make him look fucking terrifying. How do you do that? Everything that's ever weakened or been a vulnerability to anybody or any of the Avengers just, it's such a small thing. It just instantly that, and if I haven't already said it, the fact that Thanos and Iron Man are fighting, and he punches him with his own hand. He doesn't hit him with the glove. He could have destroyed them with the glove. He's for God's sake, he's got the Power Stone in it, or he could have warped them to like Xandar, like halfway across the universe. But he doesn't. He punches him with his own hand because Thanos can deal the crap, man. Like, he didn't need the Infinity Gauntlet. This is a whole other thing. And the fact that he can just literally pick them up and throw them into his gauntlet is such a thing that it's just amazing that Bucky's got 2 arms again. That's nice. I mean, it's not going to be a spoiler, but it's just nice to see them all standing up. And he's obviously going to be sporting a nice wee vibranium arm there. I'm guessing also Clap's going to get a new vibranium shield, which hopefully it could be as simple as get the old favourite back. But they've got a few ideas where they could probably go with that. They could go with what they're doing right now, in the new run, where it's this kind of, it's more of a shield, like a traditional shield, like if you see medieval or something like that, where it's like that. But it was really cool as it's like pointy at the bottom and it kind of glows red, and I think it can go through harder metals and stuff, like it's almost melty. But so you might get that shield, or which everybody's hoping for is the electronic shield, which you might have seen in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Funnily enough, which could be cool. And a vibranium techno or shield would be amazing to see. So there are lots of options there. But the fact Bucky's back is pretty sweet. I wonder if he's just been unfrozen for the fight, or if he's been unfrozen with whatever Cap's up to right now, like with these Secret Warriors or Secret Avengers or whatever he's going by, or Nomad. And then like up to the last scene, which I'm presuming again is probably going to be the third act, how the film's building up to, the scene in Wakanda, where if you freeze frame it through it, you can spot so many people. Like, everybody's there. Like, Bucky's there, Falcon's there, War Machine was there, Cap's there, Black Widow's there. There was a Hulkbuster, which don't know if it's Tony in that or it might not be. Like, there's talks of it might be the way it was shot, like with Banner next to the arm. Could be Banner inside it. I mean, like if you watch that section where the Hulkbuster flies, it looks like, it doesn't look amateurish, but you can see it looks almost like it's like a new flight. Like he stumbles a lot more than what you'd expect Iron Man to do. Kind of like how Iron Man was if you remember in Iron Man 1 where he was getting used to the whole system. Like, it could be that, and it could be a really interesting way for Banner to fight rather than have to be Hulk. Maybe there's a reason that Banner has to fight instead of Hulk, which, with all the stones, man, you could see Hulk getting ripped right out of Banner, where they either are in 2 entities or he just cures them, so he doesn't have to fight with them. But Banner being Banner, and as you've seen in Thor Ragnarok, he can hold his own. He knows what he's doing. But that scene's insanely filled, and as you've seen in them do before for Cap, Captain America 3, Civil War, they could add more people in it. Like, you didn't see Spidey, you didn't see Iron Man, but like, they could add it in. They could just be hiding. And you also see Hulk running in the last scene where they could be constantly trying to throw people by putting people in and out, but which I really like that they do, because they need to show you stuff in trailers, but like, you don't like getting stuff spoiled a lot, so it's cool that they're kind of messing about with. Like, I loved what they did with the bait and switch with Mjolnir and Thor Ragnarok. I thought it was so clever that they obviously had a backdrop and just was like, let's just change that. And then so when it happened in the place it happened, you were like, oh shit, I thought he was going to be before that happened, and it made for a cool twist. But that's pretty much all the points, except from obviously that little post-credits, which they had the balls. They did it. They showed you it. So if you haven't seen Thor Ragnarok, and spoilers, but Thor loses an eye. And they showed you it. They showed you that his eye's gone by the fact he's wearing his thing, which not that I've seen the leaked footage, but they apparently did not show you that in the Comic-Con trailer, which, again, very clever. Again, see, they can do anything with CG these days. They can add and take away stuff, so very clever that they showed that, and then there people didn't know it was going to happen before, and then clever that then just going, well, it's been out long enough that, well, if you've not seen it, you've not seen it, but I thought it was great. Amazing just to see the Guardians and Thor next to each other. I can't wait to see all the interactions they've got between them. Like the Thor and Drax is just going to be that Rocket. Like they're all so funny, but I just can't wait. I can't wait to see the absolute nut banter that they're going to come up with, especially seeing how funny Hemsworth is now. Like the Guardians is the perfect people to put him with. It's going to be so funny. And I noticed Teen Groot as well. So that post credits, I've heard that the way that the Guardians films are made, was one happened like 2012 whenever it came out, and then it was supposed to be like Guardians 2 was like 6 months later, like it's straight on, and then Infinity War is like where we're at now in 2000, it'll be 2018 by then. So it's supposed to kind of signify, I think, that the Guardians, not only as baby Groot grown up, but also the fact that they've been Guardians of the Galaxy for like about 7 years at this point. So they should be way more experienced. And again, the way the Avengers have had way more time to be the Avengers and have different iterations, even though they've ended up fighting and stuff. But it's cool to see that like Guardians are going to be at their pinnacle, and if all the Avengers are the powerfulest. So it's as an even fight as it's ever going to be, but it looked amazing. So only a couple of wee takeaways is no sign of Ant-Man, which he's going to be there somewhere. I know he's in the film, so I mean he could have been in the trailer for all you know. I know that the Wasp isn't going to be in it, but the reasoning for that's probably really good. It's they want to let them show her first in her own film, which is really cool. Which means I've heard she's going to be in Avengers 4 alongside Captain Marvel, and so that's going to be amazing. So it looks amazing. I think I broke down all the major scenes of what happens in the trailer. I'll give you my thoughts. If you agree with anything I've got to say, or disagree, or even just want to chat, leave stuff in the comments. Please like and subscribe. I know I don't usually do a thing like this. I'm going to maybe start doing more of these kind of review type things. So please let me know what you think. Hi guys, so that's probably me. I'm going to probably call it quits now. But catch you next time. Peace!